Hello guys, welcome once again. In the last couple of videos I have been showing you how to create a PDF file and how to insert some data like images, paragraphs or list or table into your PDF using your C# application and iTextSharp DLL. So in the last video I have shown you how to insert a table inside your PDF using C# code. And now in this video I will show you how to transfer your data grid values. So for example, I have this program, and in my data grid view or table, this one, I want to transfer all these values including the header of the table in my PDF file. Okay, so how can I do that? I will show you in this video. So this all data I will show in this PDF. So let's see how will I do that. First of all, I will close the program, and I have this create PDF button which I double click, and this code I have been showing you in the last 3 or 4 videos to create a PDF. So if you don't know how I have written this code, then watch last 3 or 4 videos, and you will come to know what this code is. And last time we have written the code for this table. So I'm going to comment this code for just for the table, so that it's easier to recognize which table I'm talking about. So just I commented this table code, and now I will write the data grid view code in this create PDF button click event. Okay, so in here you need to write this code. So what this code is, first of all, as in previous video, for defining the table, just write PDF table is equal to new PDF table, and inside your brackets we defined the column number of columns in this bracket in the last video, if you remember. So in this video, because we are transferring our data grid view, that's why I have written data grid view, which is the name of this data grid view. So just copy this name from here for this data grid view, and then dot column dot count. So this is counting the column and placing it inside this bracket. Okay, now we will add the header to the PDF table. So this is the code for adding the header to the PDF. So write for int I or j, whatever you like, is equal to 0, and semicolon j is less than data grid view, which is the name of your data grid view, dot columns dot count semicolon j plus plus. So if j is less than column count, then we will pass the header text of the data grid view inside this table cell. So in the for loop, write table, which is this variable, dot add cell, and in the bracket new phrase, as we have written last time also, and in this bracket we are going to pass our header of the data grid view. So write data grid view 1, which is the name of the data grid view, dot columns, and in the array pass this j variable dot header text. This header text means the header of your table or the title of your table. Okay, so this loop will create the title of the table in the form of the table in the PDF, and this will create a table header. Now just for the caution, I am writing table dot header rows is equal to 1. So I am making sure that the header row is only 1 here. That's why I have written this. And then in the next for loop we are passing the values which are contained by the table. Okay, so write for int I is equal to 0 semicolon int I is less than Datagridview1, which is the name of the Datagridview, dot rows dot count semicolon I plus plus. So this for loop is counting the rows and placing it into the loop. And in the next loop, for the for loop, write for. So there are two for loop, one for loop, and inside that there is an second for loop. So these two for loop will create a two-dimensional array for our table cells, right, which we will transfer into the table. So write second for loop, and inside the second for loop declare int k is equal to 0 semicolon k is less than Datagridview dot columns dot count and semicolon k plus plus. So first we are taking the rows in this for loop, and in the second loop we are taking the columns. Okay, and then inside these two for loop give this condition. So write if the Datagridview in the array k comma I, which are these k and I variable, dot value is not is equal to null. So if the data grid values are not null, then we are passing these values into the cell of the PDF table. So write table dot add cell, and in the bracket write new phrase, and once again in the bracket Datagridview 1, which is the name of your Datagridview, and inside the array pass these k and I variable, k for column for loop and I for row for loop, dot value dot to string. Okay, so this is the whole for loop for two-dimensional array. And in the next line we are just adding this table variable inside this document which we have created in the last two videos. So this is the document variable, if you remember from the last videos. Okay, so I will just shrink this code so it will come in one screen, and just if you want you can pause the video and you can just copy this code. Okay, and now when we are going to run the program, username and password. Okay, so let's see first our text. So this is our PDF which is generated earlier, and it has old table which we have created in the last video, but now we are transferring the new table. So I'm just closing this PDF, and now I will press load table. So this will load my table here in the Datagridview. Okay, and now when I press this button, this employee ID, name, surname and age and whole data of this table, which has 14 rows, will be transferred to the PDF. So I will click create PDF, and let's see once again in the PDF file which we have generated. So this is the test PDF, and double click it, and you see a new table is created here which contains the same data as our data grid view. Okay, so if you can match, you will be able to match also like this. Okay, so in this way you can transfer the values from data grid view to the PDF files. So these are the values which I'm extracting from MySQL database in the data grid view. So indirectly you have transferred the database values inside your PDF file, and this will be helpful when you are using this PDF to create the report or to show some reports. So it will be very useful for that purpose. And about this header column or header row, you can change its font and the column size and everything, which I have shown you in the last video. So if you want to just highlight this row and these cells, then you watch the last video. I have shown you in that video how to change the font and background color of the cell. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have learned something new this time. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.